Hey folks, this is Mike from Guns and Hunting, and the other night I made a video about my Belgian-made Browning A5 Sweet 16. This one is also a Belgian-made A5 12 gauge, but this one is definitely has a special place in my heart. This one here, you can see it's been used pretty good. There's scratches in the stock and checkering's worn down, and there's a little bit of bluing coming off, and you can see on the forearm here it's, this is its original condition. And there's some bluing worn off up at the end. This was my uncle's Belgian-made Browning A5. My two cousins decided to give me this gun a few years back. I cannot express my gratitude for them for doing this. I was actually going to buy this off of them, and they know how much I have a passion for bird hunting and hunting in general, and they just said, hey, here you go, it's yours. But this one, like I said, has a special place in my heart. It was my uncle's gun, but if I can show you here, if my GoPro will pick it up, right above my finger it says Light 12, and there's the engraving. It says Browning, and there's a engraving of the head of a John Moses Browning. Now, this is the A5 Light 12 model, and if you watched my video on my Sweet 16, it's basically the 12 gauge version of the Sweet 16. They underside the ejection, where you load at, they have milling in cutouts in there where they cut material away to lighten the weight of the gun. And again, this forearm might be a little slimmer, the stock's a little slimmer. It's made to do anything they can to cut down on weight. Now, the original A5, that was a heavy gun. That was over 8 pounds, like probably 8.5 pounds, I believe. When they did this, like I said, they wanted to shave some weight off of it, make the gun easier to carry in the field. So they probably took about a pound off of it. This is probably about a 7.5 pound gun. And here, again, gold-plated trigger. This gun's all original. I didn't do anything to it. Did not, restore it in any way. The one thing I did, I had a gunsmith friend of mine. He completely took this gun apart and cleaned it. I had asked him to. And he asked me, well, was this gun ever cleaned? And I said, probably not. And he said, you could tell because it took him, hours to clean the carbon and everything out. This gun was really dirty on the inside. But the day my cousins gave me this gun, I sat up at, a paper target, something like about a 36-inch square piece of paper, just stuck an orange sticker on it, and I aimed right for the middle, and the gun worked. The gun cycled, it ejected the shell. It shot right where it was supposed to. That just tells you the testimony and how good these guns were made. This gun was never clean, trust me. Now, I did a little research on this gun, just like I did my 16 gauge, and this gun also was made in 1953. So, do the math, it's 71 years old, and this thing still shoots good. Let me turn my camera off here, and I'll flip it around and show the other side. Okay, here we are. Here's the other side. Like I said, this gun's all original. You can see where some of the finish is worn off, and some of the bluing is, and scratches on the gun and everything. And if you look real close here, right above my finger, there's actually a little dent. Now, I have no idea how that got in there, but my uncle used this gun for almost everything except for deer hunting and bear hunting. You know, for squirrel hunting, pheasant hunting. He even used it for fox hunting. I think back in the day, sometime, I think my cousin said Connsville Discount Center had a fox hunt or something like that. And him and his one brother were out fox hunting, and daggone if he didn't shoot one with this gun. Like I said, this gun my uncle used. It was rode hard and put away wet. But I don't care. This, you know, has such sentimental value. The first time I ever went hunting, I saw my uncle use this gun. And on his farm, it was 5 of us walking. And we flushed a rooster. And these were wild roosters, no pen-raised birds. And before I could even get my gun up, my uncle already shot and this bird was on the way down. And here now, you know, 50 years later, here I am using this gun. It's pretty incredible. Now, on my video with my Sweet 16, I showed you that there's a screw here, right here. Take that out and you pull your shoulder stock off. Well, this gun my uncle used so much that you could actually, the shoulder stock would actually move up and down even though the screw was tight, because there's a bolt that goes through here. It's like a shoulder bolt, and the hole where the shoulder bolt goes through was worn out, which was a common problem for these guns here. So just for now, what I did, I'm a tool and die maker by trade. I just got 1 or 2 pieces of shim stock, put a piece or 2 here and a piece or 2, you know, under here, and that tightened the stock up. Now it doesn't, you know, move up and down. But yeah, I mean, you can see where the bluing's been worn off from carrying it. And again, right here, trigger guard, they were all hand engraved, the trigger guards. Whoops, I'm gonna see if I can show you some machining marks I was talking about. If you can see right here, looks like a little cutout, and there's one beside it, but my thumb's partially covering it. Those were machining cuts made, you know, by a keyway cutter to lighten some weight. And there was other, you know, machining cuts done in here, like I said, to take away weight and the forearm slimmer and so on and so forth. And one of the problems that they have with these guns was that people would tighten this too hard, and it would push down on the stock too hard, and the stocks would be cracked. Well, thank you, Uncle Ray, for not turning this tight with a pair of vice grips. He just turned it tight with his hand, and this gun worked good. Again, you know, I just put the rebuild kit in it, which is a new magazine spring, the recoil magazine spring on the inside of the tube and on the outside. Then there's a recoil spring that goes back in here, and you know, I think there's one more spring maybe, I'm not sure, I forget. But yeah, this gun is, you know, near and dear to me. I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna get this gun refinished, because it was my uncle's gun. I just might keep it like it is. I don't know yet, but we'll see. Here you can tell this checkering's smooth. I mean, this is, you can feel it, but it's not really any checkering to it. It just looks like it's checkered because it was used that much. But yeah, I just wanted to make a little video here and show you my uncle's gun. And again, like on my Sweet 16, when you shoot, the bolt comes back rearward and the whole barrel comes back with the bolt. Ejects the shell, the barrel goes forward, and so does the bolt. Picks up another shell and loads it into the chamber. These are recoil driven guns. You know, now, yeah, they kind of do kick a little more, you know, compared to a gas gun, but When you're shooting at a pheasant, you're not noticing anything. I actually took this gun to South Dakota, and there's a one bird that really sticks out in my mind. We were going down through a cut cornfield, and somebody's dog, I forget, flushed this pheasant, and it was going back towards me. Probably, oh, if it was an inch, it was probably 50 yards. And I thought, I'm not going to hit this bird, but I'm going to try. And let me tell you what, I shot and that bird folded and my jaw just hit the ground. I couldn't believe how far I shot that bird. And the gunsmith friend of mine, he says, do you know what choke this is on this gun? And I said, yeah, it's a full choke. And he said, well, let me tell you, I measured it with my gauge, and he said, it's a full choke, but he said, it's a tight full choke. So this gun here, definitely you can take some game at longer distance, you know. I've shot him closer, but boy, let me tell you, this gun really shines when the birds are out there 40, 50 yards. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to show you my uncle's A5 Belgian-made light 12 shotgun. You know, this is something that I hope my son can enjoy someday, that when I'm in the happy hunting grounds, hopefully he might have a dog and, you know, use it to bird hunt, or if he doesn't bird hunt, that's fine. Just use it to go clay bird shooting. But this is definitely, how they say, a divine gift. So this is Mike from Guns and Hunting. I hope you all have a good day. Remember my motto: shoot safe and shoot often.